Hey everybody, this is Miss Siddiqui and I'm here to show you how to use Google Drawings to create space. You should have clicked the link either in Verge or the slideshow to get to this format. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the vanishing point. So we're going to come over here to the line tool and we're going to select line and we're going to draw a horizon line, a horizontal line going across the box. Remember that the vanishing point is a dot in the distance where things disappear. So we're going to create a dot by clicking on the shape tool, shapes, and then we're going to go to the circle. We're going to draw a little dot on the horizon line, and we can come right here to the fill tool, and I'm going to make it black so you can see it better. So there's our vanishing point. Now we're going to come back to the line tool. We're going to click it. We're going to put our cursor on the vanishing point and we're going to draw a diagonal line. We're creating a road or a river or whatever you'd like this to be, but remember that in order to show the vanishing point, something is getting smaller as it goes back in the distance until it gets to the vanishing point and then it seems to disappear. So if I was going to make this a road, I could draw little lines. So sometimes you miss the cursor, so you have to click the line tool again. In fact, let me zoom in. So I'm going to go to zoom. I'm going to go to 100 because that's going to help me see better and draw better. You could even go to 200, would even be more. So we're going to draw little dashed lines. I'm just clicking and dragging to make it look like a road. So I accidentally ended up with a big line, so I can come right here to undo. And then I can keep drawing these little lines going back in the distance. Alright, it doesn't like me drawing the teeny tiny lines. But anyway, so you get the idea. Okay, so next we're going to go to overlapping. Remember that overlapping is when something is in front of something else. In fact, the shape tool has a circle in front of a square. So we're going to click the shape tool. You can choose whatever shape you want for this. Let's say I'm going to go with a heart. Okay, so I'm going to draw a heart. I can then click and drag it wherever I want. If I wanted to change the color, I could. Color's not so important, but if you want to play with that, you can. And then I'm going to draw another heart by coming back to the shape tool, clicking shapes, and then selecting the heart. And I'm going to draw another heart. Oh, my heart went outside of the box. So I'm going to bring it over and put it in front, partially in front of the other heart. So you can see that one looks like it's in front of the other. That is overlapping, where one object blocks part of another object. All right, now we're going to go to size. Now the thing about size is that I'm going to go with shapes. I'm going to go with a triangle this time. The thing about size is that when something is bigger, it seems closer to you. And then I'll go back and pick another triangle. And then when something is smaller, it seems like it's farther away. And you can even increase that idea by drawing a horizon line. Now I will show you one thing. Look at this. The line is on top of this. So what I want to do is click the triangle, right click, and then go to order and say bring to front. And that will put my triangle at the front of the picture. So I can do the same thing with this one. Order, bring to front. So just by changing the size, I've made this look like it's farther away, no matter where I put it. Unless I put it on the same line, then it just looks like a small tree. But if I move it up a little bit, it then looks like it's farther away. Now size and placement have a lot of the same thing to do. Remember, if I just had it side by side like this, it doesn't really make a difference. But when I bring it up on the picture plane, or the space in which I'm drawing, it makes it look, I draw a line again, it makes it look like it's farther away. I like the line because it reminds us of the horizon in the distance. So this time I think I'll choose something else that might feel a little, maybe an arrow. Okay, so I'm going to draw an arrow. I'm going to make sure the bottom of this arrow is near the bottom of the picture. And then I'm going to draw another arrow. but I'm going to move the bottom of this arrow up farther on the picture plane. So you can see the bottom of this arrow is now more towards the middle. And even if I don't change the size that much, they're even kind of closer to the same size, it still looks like it's farther away. And let me do one more, even farther away in the back. So because this has moved up, do you see how this is in the middle of the picture? It looks like it's getting smaller, farther away, just based on the placement. Because if I had all three of these down here on the bottom, they don't look like they're going back in the distance. Not as much. They do a little, but not as much because they're all in the same part. But when I change the placement of these, now it looks like they're going back in the distance. Now for value, we want to talk about light to dark. So I'm going to go to our scribble tool for this one. So I go to line, click the drop down menu, go to scribble, and I'm going to draw some hills that are overlapping each other. Okay, and then maybe one more back here. Now remember we talked about atmospheric perspective. So I'm actually going to be coloring these in, and I'm going to be using the scribble tool to do that. When things are close, they're darker. So scribbling first, then I can change the color. So I'm going to change it to a gray. I'm also going to make it bigger so that it's easier to color in. So when things are closer to you, they're darker, and the farther away they get, the lighter they are. And that's because there's more air between you and the object. So remember when we're scribbling, ooh, that was a mess. When we're using the scribble tool, you have to color first, and then you can change the color. So you have to draw first, and then you can change the color. So on this next hill, we're going to change to a lighter gray. Maybe this one. There we go. All right, and we're going to fill this in now. Coloring is not too great, but it's really more about the idea of what we're doing. Now for the last hill, needs to be an even lighter color. So remember that value is light to dark. Light to dark, black to white, and all the grays in between. There we go, look at that. And that hill looks like it's a lot farther away because it's a lighter color. This is not my most beautiful coloring job, but you get the idea. Value. And then in this last space, you get to demonstrate how you can use these tools, these techniques, to make your own landscape or cityscape. And this will be a practice because next week we'll actually be creating a landscape or cityscape in class.